A veneer of wood-look siding once was de rigueur for the well-dressed wagon, but today it seems the only way to sell a station wagon in America is to adorn it with the trappings of an SUV. So it should come as no surprise that Volvo has created a cross-country version of its new V90 wagon. It follows in the tire treads of recent similar offerings such as the V60 Cross Country, Subaru's Outback, Audi's A4 Allroad, and the Volkswagen Golf Alltrack. At Volvo, the cross-country theme goes back 20 years, the name having made its debut on a version of the boxy V70 wagon in 1997. Back then, the company had no SUV to sell. Today, of course, it has the XC90, its most popular model, as well as the smaller XC60. Why would a buyer choose the wagon over an SUV? It could be the better fuel economy or possibly the handling, but for most it likely will be styling. Good thing, then, that the cross-country does little to mess with the design of the V90, arguably the most stunning member of Volvo's fashion-model gorgeous 90 series family. On the cross-country, the wheel arches and lower body are edged in a band of plastic in black or, as an option, body color. The front lower fascia and the rear bumper are redesigned. The grille trades its vertical chrome bars for black bars inset with tiny chrome squares. The windows and molding is black, and there are model-specific 19-inch wheels. People who find even those minor changes a tragic bastardization should know that the regular V90 also will be sold here, but it arrives a few months later and will be available only via special order. The cross-country sits about 2.6 inches higher than the standard V90, and all-wheel drive is standard, as is hill descent control. The cross-country will come to America in T6 form only, which means its 2.0-liter inline four-cylinder is both turbocharged and supercharged, here making 316 horsepower and 295 lb-ft of torque. The regular V90 will be available as the lower-spec T5 as well, with a 250 horsepower turbocharged fore and front-wheel drive. The T8 plug-in hybrid version sold elsewhere won't appear in the US market. Reindeer crossing. We drove the cross-country in northern Sweden, and although we didn't see any moose, we did have one reindeer cross in front of us. The winter road maintenance philosophy there seems to be to let a base layer of ice form, then sprinkle grit on top. Studded winter tires, therefore, are a must, and are Volvo's war-spiked Nokians. The cross-country didn't seem to suffer much with the extreme winter footwear, as road noise at highway speeds remain low, and the electrically assisted steering still was fairly precise, weighting up nicely a center. We've dinged the S90 sedan for its somewhat heavy footage ride. It's premature to make that call about the cross-country, given the aforementioned winter tires and the near-total absence of potholes on Swedish roads, but the cross-country's ride quality should be a bit better. Its standard fitment rubber has taller sidewalls 50 series versus 45, and the cross-country also has greater wheel travel and retuned springs, dampers, and tie roll bars, and bushings. The cross-country wagons we drove were equipped with optional adaptive dampers, which are packaged with load-leveling air springs in the rear. Unlike an XC90S so equipped, the cross-country's off-road driving mode does not raise the vehicle. The fixed ride height provides 8.3 inches of ground clearance. Off-road mode a choice available via a center console switch in addition to comfort, dynamic, and eco can be used at speeds up to 25 miles per hour and merely remaps the traction control system, activates hill descent control, and commands the all-wheel drive system to send some torque to the rear wheels rather than defaulting to 100% to the fronts. Dynamic mode also directs some torque to the rear based on an algorithm. The amount varies, so that's the mode we chose for our initial follows out on a frozen lake, where we practiced our pendulum turns through a slalom course. The cross-country proved to be relatively easy to fishtail across the ice, even in comfort mode. In either setting, switching the stability control to sport, though, was key, the default setup being much more eager to cut the throttle. We also took a turn riding with Vehicle Dynamics Manager Stefan Carlson. We spend a lot of time developing the chassis on snow and ice, not just the escape systems, he noted, while kicking up a cloud of snow with a lurid drift. because low traction on snow and ice is a magnifier. If a chassis has balance in snow and ice, it will be balanced on asphalt.